Saturday Night Live in the United States, 9:03 a.m. on the other side of the world, Sunday morning, Thailand. Excited to be here. And for anybody that's joining us, are you excited? We're going to dive in to my favorite subject, which is creating our reality, waking up in the dream, and raising conscious awareness. How this hologram actually works. So let me refresh my page here really quick. And this is a Q&A. So things are delayed here on my end as I refresh my page, so you're hearing a little bit of the intro there. Okay. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Davia. Great to see you. So this is an interactive weekly transmission. I normally do them on Monday and Wednesdays. And because of some things that were happening this week and the schedule that I had, I didn't do a Monday and Wednesday this week. So I'm doing a Saturday night for the United States and the UK and anybody else that tunes in or watches the replay. So again, so much incredible, exciting stuff going on. There's really no point in diving into the actual external things that are happening, topics. You can see that happening everywhere. People are waking up. This is the greatest wave of awakening that has ever been experienced, or certainly has ever been recorded in our recorded history. And no matter what you believe is happening, no matter what the speculation is, there's enough evidence now for anybody that's paying attention to go, something's really happening. Even if I don't know what's happening, people are waking up. There is more focus on how we create our reality. I mean, maybe a lot of people aren't there yet, but I can tell you that in the circles that I connect with, in the people that I'm journeying with every month, the people that are picking up the book, the people that are sending me messages, and our global community, it's buzzing. It's buzzing. And it's either buzzing with the people that know that everything is being exposed and revealed right now. Incredible technologies that have been suppressed and hidden are going to be revealed very soon. And, even if there are other people out there that, hey, Joe, hey, Vicky, hey, Lindsay, even if there's people out there that are still triggered, that had been getting their disinformation from the television or the school system or religion or science or, everything has been inverted. And this is what is so key to understand as we move forward creating our reality. So if anybody has any questions, and we always get to this point where there's people watching right now, it shows there's 15 people on here, 18, it's fluctuating. I don't know if that's accurate, but it seems to be fairly accurate. So I always invite people to ask questions because many of you have heard me talk. Many of you have seen my YouTube videos. Many of you have seen my posts and my quotes from the book and the story of how I met my mentor in 2001, or one of my mentors. Everybody's our teacher. Everybody, especially the people that we judge and that trigger us. But nobody on here is still judging anybody anymore, right? We're just conscious observers. We're just conscious observers. And how amazingly incredible does that shift our entire reality and what we magnetize into our vibrating quantum field, right? So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to answer this one question for Lindsay. It says, do you feel we're under martial law? And then I'm not going to go into any of that because it's all speculation and it's external. It has nothing to do with you creating your reality right now in this moment. Is anybody banging on your door right now? Is anybody trying to steal anything from you right now? No. And I don't mean that in any judgmental way. What I feel that we're not under anything. What we're doing is we're creating our reality and the collective is waking up. To answer your question, yes, I firmly believe that the military is under control and it's the greatest takedown of bad people in our recorded history. So something to be excited about. And yeah, you know, I follow all that stuff. So yeah, it's happening. So, but the point of this whole thing is that's all distractions. Okay. You may say, well, it's a reality and it impacts everything that's going on in the world. Yes. However, what are you focused on right now in this moment with your thoughts and your words and your vibrational energy? That's what's magnetizing your timelines into you, into us. Okay. So you can think about like, that's you. Everything's reversed here for me too. It's inverted. So think about like that's you. You're a star. Only you're much, much bigger than that. But just for the sake of this. So all these other sparkles, think of them as timelines. Think of them as thoughts or words or emotions that we have. They all exist right now. They're not in the future. They're right here, right now, because there is no such thing as time. And so our invitation to get excited about is to go, first of all, you may question it and go, does this guy know what he's talking about? Okay. First of all, I'll say, I know nothing. Okay. I know my direct experience from my own healing process, my own childhood wounds, my own 911 right now, my own, situations where I almost committed suicide. And back in my 20s and 30s, and meeting a mentor who I felt had some really good information, and then questioning my entire belief system. And that was the opening of the door. Because none of our beliefs are ours. None of them. You might say, well, my higher self tells me this and that. That's great. But all the beliefs came from 3D, as far as I can tell. And again, I know nothing. I just have learned to heal my inner frequencies, because every single thing that shows up in our hologram is attracted to us. All these timelines, whatever you can think of, your friendships, your relationships, all the abundance in the world, your clients, your soulmate, if you believe in that, whatever it is, it all exists here now. And it's simply a matter of us aligning our frequency with a yes of it's here now. We don't use words like I wish, I hope, I want, I try. Those are all 3D spells. Those are inverted. That tells your subconscious and the dream, your life, this vibrating quantum field, that you don't have it yet. And when you tell your reality that you don't have something yet, then the subconscious only knows how to create that. Okay, it's not here yet. So we only use words like I am. It's here now. And when we create our day consciously, you guys are consciously creating your day every morning, right? There's nothing more important than this that I know of. I mean, we are creating our reality in every moment. We are amplifying the field right now with the 22 people that are on this call that are going, okay, there may be something valuable here, or I resonate, or who is this weird guy? What's this guy talking about? So the key is to get aligned and stop focusing on the external, unless the external, what you're focusing on, you desire more of. So this is the trick. This is the trick of the inversion. This is how they have kept us stuck in 3D for thousands of years, if not longer. And that even sounds like an oxymoron if I'm talking about time doesn't exist. But we're playing in this field where we have books and we have a history, supposedly. Much of it has been manipulated. And so the number one key is where is your frequency set right now? And where is it set throughout the day? Where do you set it as soon as you wake up in the morning? The most important time, or one of them, when we come out of what we call the sleeping dream. Because we're dreaming all the time. We're dreaming right now. Right? Do you get it? Or does that throw you for a loop? The first time I heard that from one of my mentors, Don Miguel Ruiz, it kind of threw me for a loop because nobody had ever told me that before. But the more I played with it and the more I went down the rabbit hole, it's like, this is all an illusion. Now, the ego doesn't want to hear that. People don't want to hear this is an illusion. What do you mean? How could you say that my little daughter is an illusion, or this body's an illusion, or the things I love is an illusion? It doesn't mean that it's not happening in this current reality. So there's nothing to be sad about. There's nothing to feel like something just got taken away from us. It's the key that if you understand that it's an illusion, then you can more clearly see how the game is played, i.e., how the reality is created, and stop giving any energy to anything out there. There really is no out there. Okay? It's a trip. And it may take you 1,000 times to hear this. And you may come back and forth in between really owning it and getting it and understanding it. And you're freaking dialed. You're waking up every morning while your head's still on the pillow. You're envisioning, you're loving on every cell of your body, first of all. Are you guys doing that? Are you talking to every single cell every single day? Are you loving on your body? Every one of these trillions of cells that is unconditionally loving on you in every single second? Are you doing that? So many people don't consider that. So many people don't consider that. The number one health tool right here. And you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to pay anything except maybe pay attention. And I don't even really like the word pay because it feels like a spell to me, like you have to give something to get something. But in a way, we're playing with energy. So you can drink all your healthy drinks. I'm drinking some fresh raw cacao, like I do every morning from Thailand here, the Hill Tribe people. You can bless your food, like I do, your water, everything. Infuse everything you do, everything you think, in every word you speak with excitement and love and gratitude. Now, that may all sound all fluffy. Like, who is this dude? Another love and lighter. No, I'm not a love and lighter. I love and I do my best to shine light, but I'll be the first one to get down in the trenches and frickin' call out the darkness, expose my own darkness, go deep into wounds. I do it every week with people that I journey with. And it's the most life-changing thing that we'll ever do, because We cannot move out of, for lack of a better term, 3D, which I would describe as lower dimensional timelines. Fear, doubt, lack, shame, guilt, judgment, the biggest addiction on the planet by far. And if we're willing to look at this stuff and begin to track every frequency, and I teach people how to do this. I had to learn how to do it because I was recycling the same stuff. You know, I do great for a while, and then the same wound or judgment or trigger or shame or guilt or lack of abundance or relationship issues would come back again because it's built in to our soul's evolution. This is one of the beautiful things. You're going to get there, wherever that is. You're going to get to where you understand, oh, I'm creating all of this. In the beginning, you can go, oh, that sucks. I want some God or, higher being to come down and save me. I'm going to pray to an external source. Jesus, please save me. God, please save me. And if you're into Jesus, cool. I totally am down with Christ consciousness. But for anybody that knows anything about me, I was tossed into Catholic school, strict, private Catholic school in the 2nd grade. I was in that whole thing until 9th grade. And I was an altar boy in church almost every Sunday. I saw a lot of stuff go down. Okay. So religion was created to separate people and to keep you small, hoping that something outside of you will save you. I don't really like to get into that, so I kind of strayed a little bit there, but you get the point. Maybe somebody needed to hear that, okay? And I'm speaking from experience. That doesn't mean that my experience is your experience. It doesn't mean that anything you're doing is wrong. I'm not the judge of anybody. I'm responsible for Jeff and the thoughts and the words and the frequency that I hold, because that's creating my reality. So, are we speaking to ourselves every single day? You can do it right now. In fact, why don't we all do it right now? You don't have to, but you can if you want to raise your frequency and you want to magnetize and strengthen your field. You can take a couple deep breaths, and when you drop a smile on top of it, your whole vibration goes up. And I do this every single morning as soon as I awaken out of the sleeping dream. And I have every single client that I journey with make this the first thing they do every single morning. And then they set alarms on their phone and they come back and they do it 15 or 20 times a day. And guess what they say when they come back a day or two later? You'll never believe. Yes, I will. You'll never believe what I'm attracting and manifesting. And I just 9:22 a.m. Love it. 1911 on the counter. When you play with numbers and you set your intentions, things magnetize into your hologram. So whatever you desire, magnetize it into your hologram, but don't desire it with hope or wishing or wanting or trying. See it here right now. If you don't see it here right now, it's not going to be here right now. And yes, there may be a little bit of lag time in 3D or 4D, but this is the key to manifestation. We've got to align our frequency 100% with a yes. Yes, it's here now. And the way they've set up the 3D hologram is that the ego will go, it's not here yet. That's the old program. It's just memory. What if you were taught from the time you could process information, because this is what's happening and this is what will be happening? You teach children that every single thought they have is magnetizing their reality. They're going to figure that out real quick. You don't toss them into school and brainwash them and teach them what to think. You show them how to think and how to process emotion. So if they get triggered or they have a reaction, they stop and they go, oh, okay, there's something that this is trying to teach me. That's how we know, that's how we clear frequencies that are trigger frequencies, less than frequencies. That way we do not get pulled down into 3D. But most things currently, well, I'll change that. Many things in the external world, especially media, 100% inverted, lies, deception, programming. If you knew the level of programming, and I know some of you know, but if you knew how they tied in the words and the timing of the words and the repetition of the words and the images that they use, and you looked at the images and logos for companies that were like flipped upside down and it says like sex or there's a phallic, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing when you start to see this stuff. And I'm not saying it, hey, Lisa, great to see you. One of my people that I'm journeying with right now just joined us. So super, super, super key. Unplug from the external unless it's something you'd absolutely love. Like when I go out every day in Thailand, I walk out the door at the retreat center. I've got so many birds chirping. I've got flowers and plants and purple orchids. And I mean, you may not have this, but you have other amazing things wherever you're at. You can look at the sky. You can look at the sun. You can tune in to how much every single cell is loving on you unconditionally right now. You can always find something to amplify your frequency. Always. That's worth saying again. You can always find something to be grateful for and amplify your frequency. And if you're not, then you're running a 3D program. Period. End of story. I would never say I hate the media, Stephanie. Because who's holding the hate? You. That's one of the lowest vibrational, most insidious programming words and frequencies ever. Yeah, eliminate that. I invite you to eliminate that word because that means you're holding that in your frequency, even if you don't think you are. Yeah, my second stepfather taught me about that one. I said hate one day and he goes, "You don't know what hate is." He was a pilot and he was in the Korean War and he had to go in and rescue a lot of his buddies that were prisoners. And he didn't tell me, but I think he had to take out a bunch of people. And that never, never leaves your memory. So never use hate. These are frequencies, people. Let's really, really, really be careful of the words that we're saying, the thoughts we're thinking, and what we're projecting. Every thought, every word, and the emotion that we amplify those thoughts and words with are magnets. They're magnetizing more of that into our vibrating quantum field hologram. Got to get this. Got to get this. This is the whole purpose of this topic. Are you consciously creating your reality in every moment? And this is what this teaches. This teaches you step by step how to go in and do, number one, the inner healing. We've got to do the inner healing. We can think all these wonderful thoughts. Oh, money, we can, money comes easily and effortlessly to me. I paid for all those courses. Didn't do a thing. Didn't get me any more money. I was just spending money hoping that it was going to work. Well, hope is one of the weakest words on the planet. It's disempowering. Okay? You've got to understand every single thought and every single word is creating your reality. Why do you think there's such an attack from the media right now to distract people? Why do you think the majority of the world's walking around wearing a mask? Are you kidding me? People are afraid to say no. So they're just going, I don't want to be judged by anybody else. And, I don't want to make waves. So I'll just physically harm my body. I'll breathe in my own bacteria. I can look at proof. There's thousands of doctors that have come out stating exactly the dark agenda behind vaccines. They're filled with poison, and the new ones permanently alter our DNA. Permanently alter our DNA. And there's people all over the world that go, I can't wait to get that vaccine just so I can go back to normal slavery, normal where everything's inverted in the 3D reality. Nah, I don't think so. We are here to create the greatest shift in recorded history, and it's happening now. And the way to speed it up and the way to accelerate it is to use these tools. Number one, do the inner healing. We're not going to focus anymore on depopulation agenda. If you focus on that, you're going to create that. We're unplugging from all of that. If you decide to. If not, these talks probably aren't for you. They're just going to trigger you. Okay? So here's Lisa. I've had one call with Lisa. Whoops, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. It's been, 2 days? 2 days of going in and starting to dismantle the wounds, the beliefs, the less than thoughts. And thank you for sharing that, Lisa. Yeah. When I journey with somebody, we frickin' go right at it. There is no playing around. There is one goal. That is to do the inner healing, which is easy. It's not the dark night of the soul. That's why they named it that, so nobody would go there. It's so easy to heal and do the inner healing. You just got to want to do it. And I've trained myself and learned how to see through people's stories. And after 5 minutes of talking to somebody, I can pretty much tell where their invitation is to go or what it is to do. And it's not because I'm so great. It's because I've studied this stuff for over 25 years, and I had to go through this myself. And I study conscious awareness every day, and I play with the frequency of thoughts and words and emotions every day. And that's why I share this stuff, because it's truly life-changing. There is nothing more life-changing than raising our level of conscious awareness, seeing how the inverted 3D program is being run and unplugging from it. And doing the inner healing, we must clean up any judgments, any wounds, anybody that we haven't forgiven. We're magnetizing that low frequency stuff back to us in our relationships and our health. Got to clear this stuff up. But the good news is it's easy. It's easy to do it. The process is right here. I talk about it in every live. My YouTube channel is filled with videos that are all free. And I journey with 4, sometimes 5 people a month, and I take them through this process, and we go through it, and we go deep, and we're in contact almost every day. And you start to see the program. You've got to be able to see the program. You've got to be able to see the belief system, and you've got to be able to see how the ego gets triggered and judges or has a less than thought about money or abundance or something's missing or I need something else to be happy. That's all the programming. You've got to be able to see that and dismantle it. Got to. And for me, cutting contract cords didn't do anything. You've got to go in and clear the frequencies. I tried cutting cords. If that worked for you, great. For me, never worked. Never worked saying, I rescind all contracts against me. No, you've got to go in and do the inner healing. You can't, I mean, from my experience, I've never seen anybody be able to do it. If it works, that's great. But this is about aligning your frequency. You don't need to cut cords if your frequencies align, because nobody's coming in to do anything to you. It's all beliefs and all inversions in this 3D reality. That may be, I hope that landed. Don't need to cut any cords. You can say, you know, I'm not going to believe this anymore, or I'm not going to be involved with these people or whatever. But I mean, you can envision it as cutting a cord, but what really needs to happen is frequency aligned. That's not for me. I will not give that any more energy. And I forgive and I actually thank anyone and everyone involved for being my mirror and my teacher. You know that everyone is you, right? Everyone is you. That's what my teacher taught me. 2001. That was a big aha moment. But at the time, the ego couldn't handle it. Well, I don't like these people, and what about pedophiles? And yeah, well, when you go deep enough down the rabbit hole and you see that all is one, it's not just a saying. And it can get a little bit tricky. So if it's tricky and that throws us for a loop, then we go, okay, let's bring it back to self. Let's bring it back to self. I don't need to worry about the external. I don't need to worry about pedophiles right now. I don't need to worry about people in the government. In fact, to worry about anything keeps me stuck in 3D. Worry is so low frequency. So here's a key. Big key. Are you excited right now? Are you excited right now? No matter what's going on, no matter if you're in a country where you have to wear a mask, or sometimes I don't wear one. But in all honesty, I'm in Thailand. If I have to go into my bank, which is once a month for passport thingy, I have to wear it. So I wear a mask for 2 minutes because here I can't get around it. But when I go into town and people are wearing masks, I don't wear one. And if somebody comes up to me and asks me why, I'll kindly and gently tell them why. I don't project. I don't put any judgmental energy. We never can assist anyone else if we're judging them or telling them they're wrong. We can only softly invite. It's an invitation. This is what I've researched. And if you want to research it, you can research it. That's how we get people to listen to a different opinion or to dismantle their belief system. You can't go in and attack them and go make them feel guilty, because what will happen is they'll put up a defense system. Nothing can get in to open their mind and shift their awareness if they feel attacked. Okay? So the number one thing, 33 people on here right now. I love it. So if anybody has any questions about healing or raising conscious awareness or how we create our reality, please pop them in. We're not doing conspiracy stuff. That's already been handled. The light has won. You can either trust that, or you can still operate on 3D or wherever you want to operate. But there's only one place to be, and that's, are you excited right now? What are you focused on right now? Because that's what you're magnetizing more of. And yes, the average person has 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day. There can be distractions. If we're out there and we have to navigate in the 3D world, well, what do? We train ourselves to become the conscious observer in every moment. You know what 3 of the most powerful words are ever for somebody that is mastering their conscious awareness? three of my favorite words are, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? When you develop that mantra, you can't be in judgment. You can't get pulled down into fear or doubt or anything. You're just observing. You're like, isn't that interesting? Because every judgment is a trigger. And every judgment is a magnet that attracts more of what you judge. Guaranteed, 1,000%. How do I know? Because I was a judgeaholic. I was taught to be one in Catholic school. That's why I wrote a whole chapter. Chapter 5 is all about judgment, the biggest number one addiction on the planet. It's not drugs and alcohol. It's judgment. Do you still judge yourself and others? The answer is probably yes, from time to time. I mean, you can look in the mirror. And Larry, my ego, he'll go, okay, well, you got more gray hair and, you know, I don't like your glasses, whatever. It'll find stuff. And it's so important to do mirror work and just go, I love you so much. I love this illusion. I love it. And I'm loving on every cell right now. And I'm amplifying their frequency and their vibration. And I'm activating, or I use the present term, I have activated all my DNA. And I have activated the gene that makes it so my cells do not AGE. And I don't use the words AGE or OLD. Those are programs. Never tell somebody how OLD you are. Your cells are consciously aware and they're listening to every single thought and every single word that you say or think, whether we are consciously aware of them or not. So super key. Are you excited right now? Are you excited right now? Here's a question. Best way to train the pineal gland. I don't think the pineal gland can be trained. Personally, it's all about your beliefs and your frequency and vibration. So what do? You dismantle all beliefs that limit you. This is the thing. I'm glad you brought that question up, Lisa. Thank you so much for asking the question. A lot of people hold back and they go, well, I don't want to ask a question because he might attack me or something. No, the people that ask questions are rock stars, because what you're doing is you're being authentic and vulnerable, and you're going, yeah, I want to learn. I know nothing, and it opens up some mirroring for everybody on the call and everybody that'll watch these. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for the 33 comments. Okay, so check it out. The belief system. This is what you want to dismantle. Where did your beliefs come from? I'll just cut to the chase. None of your beliefs are yours. None of them. None of your beliefs are yours. Now the ego might wrestle and go, well, I believe that love is the answer and that I'm a sovereign, divine, unlimited being. I'm like, bingo, wonderful. Those two beliefs I held on to. Every other belief came from outside myself. My parents, my grandparents, this school system, religion, history, science, all manipulated. Okay, so let's not focus on that. Let's not worry about that. Let's focus on dismantling the belief system. How many people on this call, I'd love if you type it in, either yes or no, and just be honest, because it doesn't mean that you're not consciously aware. How many people truly operate from an unlimited mindset every single day? I mean unlimited. That means there are no limitations to what I manifest, what I create financially, with anything I desire, no limitations. I don't know hardly anybody that operates from, okay, Lindsay Ann says yes, so awesome. Vicki says no, yeah. I know very few people that are operating from, Lisa says no too, thank you. Diane says no. Yeah, thank you guys for your honesty, because this is really key. Roberta says not yet. Yeah, so this is key. There's no shame. It's the game. We're playing the game. We've got to be able to see the program in order to dismantle it. Okay, so for those of you that are brave and say, you know, I don't yet, okay, thank you. All right, so we've got to be able to see the program. Got to be able to see it. You cannot dismantle a program that you cannot see. So anytime the ego wants to be right or it wants to judge somebody else, that's 3D. You're stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck. You've got to be able to see this. You've got to be able to see this and train yourself to be able to feel the frequency of these thoughts. Because to catch a judgment, that's the first step, but you've got to dismantle it. You can't just go, oh, there was a judgment. No, it'll come back around again. You've got to go through this process, and whether it's in another book or whatever, but you've got to go through the process of beginning to catch every single judgment, every single trigger, and every single low vibrational thought, fear, doubt. It sounds like a monumental task. And the 3D hologram, the program that they set up, is deep. But here's the exciting point. The most incredible awakening energies are flooding into the planet right now. People are waking up. They're popping like popcorn. Get your popcorn ready is true, because what's going to be revealed and what's already being revealed for those with eyes to see, even if you don't know exactly how the story is playing out, you know that the bullshit is being revealed right now on a level that has never been revealed. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie. Good night. You can come back and watch the replay. Still valid anytime you watch it. Thank you for the good energy. I appreciate it. So we've got to be able to track the frequency of our thoughts and our words. It's the number one key. It's the only game in town. Conscious awareness is the only game in town. So if anybody has any questions around how to do that, if I'm not explaining it clearly, or you've got some questions, when my mentor, Don Miguel Ruiz, I heard him speak, he said things I had to hear 100 times before they actually landed. Because what happened is, this is key to understand this, what happened is the mind would go, yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. I've heard that before. But if we're still holding an underlying program that doesn't believe that, and it's still fear, doubt, less than, shame, guilt, lack of abundance, then we're still going to attract that no matter how many courses we take or how many books we read. I read all the top spiritual books. Well, maybe not all. That's probably not accurate. But I read and purchased most of the New York Times bestseller books from, all the top people. And there was some good information in them, but they didn't work because I didn't have the roadmap to go in and clear the underlying subconscious beliefs. So I had to write a book. I didn't have to. I never planned on writing a book. I wrote these notes down for Jeff so I would never forget, because I saw if I didn't practice it on a daily basis, I'd be doing pretty good. Everything's cool. And then it would come back. I would dip back down and I'd be sucked back down into 3D and I'd wonder what the hell happened. Everything was going so good, So I wrote this for Jeff. I never planned on writing a book, And I just thank one of my friends, Tina Tina Unique Faith. She said, I'd like to read those notes. And so I shared it with her, and she goes, you have to put this out. And so I did. And now I'm selling books every day, and people are sending me messages going, oh my God, you showed it so simple. I didn't, how come nobody teaches us that? How come nobody teaches us how to go in and do the healing process, which is simple when you're ready to do it? First of all, you just got to be willing to go, okay, I got some wounds like everybody else. I was brought up by parents that did the best they could, but they had their own programming. I took on beliefs from the external. I got tricked. It's okay. Once you get over that and being pissed off, then you go, all right, now I'm going to create my reality, and I'm willing to go in and do whatever it takes to heal and clear this stuff, because I trust what this guy or what these people are saying. I've heard it enough times before. My intuition tells me, so it's great. Okay, here's a great question. Thank you for sharing this. I struggle, keyword, to set goals and do those picture boards. Okay, I love this. And I'm not judging you in any way. I'm loving on you because this is so key. First of all, what's the first part of this sentence? That she believes. Even if she's not really aware that she's programmed herself, she just said it. I struggle. So the subconscious is going, okay, everybody, we're going to struggle. We're in struggle mode. Everybody line up. Okay, we're doing struggle. You got to laugh about it. You really do. So when you shift to creating your day every single morning and you go, wow, I love this. It's so easy to create my reality. All I have to do is get excited. I love on every cell in my body, which raises my vibration. And then I see anything I desire is already here. And then I rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. End of story. Thank you so much for that life-changing lesson. I'm not saying that about me. I'm saying about that to the universe. Jeff, you spread conspiracy theories. That's lame. Oh, we got a troll on here. Okay, Carol. Well, you can move along. If it doesn't resonate with you, then why bother spending your time on here? Okay, so say goodbye to Carol. All right, so if you're telling yourself that you struggle, then you're going to struggle. The bottom line is your thoughts and your words are creating your reality. And so I invite you to get excited about what it is that you've manifested into your reality. Hang on just a second. I got a really negative troll on here her ego is going off the charts. So, all right, we're back. So just get excited about what it is you want to create and manifest in your reality. And when you get aligned with that, you're going to start magnetizing it in. That's how it works. That's how it works. Does anybody have any other questions? Wow. Carol's just losing it on here. Yeah. Okay, well, good for you, Carol. Thanks for showing up. So, I want to thank everybody. It's my book on audio. It's almost completed. It's almost completed. But the YouTube channel is YouTube/Portal to Awakening. YouTube.com/Portal to Awakening. And I'll pop up a link for you here. The book, you can grab it if you like at this link right here. Half price link for the viewers of these weekly calls. And for anybody that's interested in grabbing one of the slots to do the monthly journeying, the transformational experience, which is one-on-one with me, there's the information link. You can read everything that's involved, what we do every day, what we do every week, the trainings that are involved, the PowerPoint trainings, and the one-on-one sessions that we do. So follow that link if you want more information. And thank you, everybody, so much for your comments and everything. I'm happy that you're inspired. Doing my best. Yeah, it's the first time I've had a troll on here. It's amazing. And she just keeps at it. So it's okay. We won't see her anymore. So yeah. So you guys have an incredible day. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and sending you all much love. Thank you, Davia. And we'll talk soon. Many blessings, everybody. Have an incredible day. Stay in your hearts. Heal your wounds. That's for you, Carol.